Welcome back, everyone. Following disasters like commonly the floods that we see in the area, insurance fraud can add millions of dollars paid out by insurers, resulting in higher premiums for all of us. The National Insurance Crime Bureau's president and CEO David is joining us now with insights on how to avoid fraud after a natural disaster. So good morning, David.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. So, David, why is contractor fraud becoming more prevalent? And who is committing these acts?
Yeah, so the National Insurance Crime Bureau, we've been around for 110 years. We supplement federal, state, and local law enforcement resources to investigate insurance fraud and crimes. In 2022, we saw almost $100 billion in losses to catastrophic events across the United States. We estimate approximately 10% of those insured losses, the claims that are paid, go to criminal enterprises. That's $10 billion. In his example, in North Dakota, you had $97 million in damages from flooding events. We would estimate 9.7 million of those losses or claims paid go to insurance fraudsters, the criminal enterprises, these complex criminal enterprises that are operating in your state.
Yeah, that's an astounding amount of money right there. So what steps should homeowners take prior to a natural disaster, and how can preparation help reduce changes of becoming a victim of fraud?
So the National Insurance Crime Bureau, we partner with the state of North Dakota, specifically Governor Burgum, signed a proclamation to partner with us during Contractor Fraud Awareness Week, is what we're in right now. So what can homeowners do? First is we need to make sure that their insurance coverages are in place and they have replacement cost value for their property, their home and their automobile. During the COVID-19 pandemic and the supply chain disruption, the cost to repair and rebuild has gone up astronomically. So you need to make sure that your coverages are in place. Also, make sure you have 3 days of food, water, and rechargeable batteries for your cell phone, lights, heaters. And if you can get out of harm's way before an event happens, get out of harm's way, move. Get out of the state, get out of the city. If the weather people are saying that an event is coming, get out of harm's way.
Yeah, absolutely. Really great advice that you have. What signs should disaster victims be on the lookout for that may indicate a contractor has less than honorable intentions in mind?
So these networks are complex criminal organizations that come from outside of the state usually, or even outside of the country. There's a tremendous amount of money. These are complex criminal organizations that are investigated by us, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and state law enforcement organization. Things to look out for. If they come to your front door, they're soliciting you proactively, they're calling you on the phone, turn them away. Go through the vetted list that your insurance carriers have, or you vet the contractors online. If they ask you to assign your benefits from your insurance carrier over to them by contract, again, walk away. Do not pay upfront money without a contract in place that you vetted and you reviewed. Again, vetting the contractors first. The key thing here, and it's not going to be natural for people, is you need to go slow. It's not going to be a sprint. It's going to be a marathon to rebuild your home or repair your vehicle. You've got to go slow, go through the process to vet the contractors out with your insurance carrier or online services.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have any advice for disaster victims when hiring contractors or vendors, and tips for avoiding dishonest contractors?
Yeah, the advice is at our website. You can go to www.nicb.org, and we have a contractor fraud awareness toolkit that walks you through the crime prevention tips. Make sure you contact your insurance carrier to get the vetted list of contractors. They have to be licensed in the state of North Dakota to operate and insured. Go slow, go through a methodical process, get 3 bids. I'm sure people have heard that before, but it's not going to be a sprint. It's going to be a marathon to rebuild your homes, your lives, your automobiles, whatever it may be. And make sure your insurance coverages cover you for the damages you may incur.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, David, and covering that important topic.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, coming up on today's show, Lady Boss is preparing for their creative marketing workshop coming up this week, so we'll have the details after the break.